CSP representing that's put into those LDCs. So that's interesting. Those are two positions back up out. All stability, say one also out residual, and then the one. Then at that point, we have
check yourself before you wreck yourself.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everyone doing? It's been a while since I've done one of these. Super excited to get back into it. It's almost been 365 days, 364 days since did a bunch of live streams, and I think the market's slowly coming to a bottom. I still think maybe we got a couple more months here. Could be one more final move down, and then that would be your high time frame bottom that we're all looking for. I don't know if some people have been here the whole time or if you've been AFK like I have been. My AFK is still looking at charts, but just not really trading anything crypto related. Just been trading NASDAQ futures on my own personal account, and then some funded ones. And then in the meantime, waiting for this godforsaken crypto market to bottom out. Which, a lot of patience, but I think we're almost there. Let me see if I can see the chat in case anybody asks any questions, and then we'll get into it here. Crypto market to making sure the mic's working as well, because I wouldn't want to do this whole thing. I haven't streamed in a year, so everything should be good. All right. So I came on here, just basically going to go through some charts, look at some stuff that you guys want to look at. I'm going to be taking requests in chat, so if you guys do want to look at some stuff, feel free to type it in chat. I'll go ahead and check the chat occasionally, go over some charts for you guys, and just give you a realistic view of what I'm looking at. And it really depends on the token. Some things won't come back, some might. It might be hard to chart some of them because they're just gone straight down and they just look like there's no liquidity left in them. But depending on what it is, it could reverse really hard if liquidity starts to flow back in. But while you guys comment some coins and stuff, things you want to look at, I'm going to go ahead and just go over other assets here. Just start with like BTC, kind of look at the overall, and just kind of go down the list of like total 2, total 3. And some of these I haven't looked at for a while. So you guys will see from just beginning to end kind of what I'm doing fresh to look at these things, and go ahead and get started. But it's been super nice to take a break, kind of enjoy some of the profits from last cycle, and then honestly, hopefully we can buy the bottom and run it again this cycle. What up? I see a couple people in chat. What up, Boogie? But yeah, feel free if you guys want to look at stuff. We'll go ahead and look at them, but let's get started with total. I think total is one of the ones that I want to look at first. Anybody unfamiliar with this? This is total market cap, so this is everything, except I think stables. But just total market cap of all crypto. This is what I had a while ago. I haven't really changed much of this. I've been looking at this since like February. Kind of pinned it saying that we could have another like 22% move down. Give or take, it hasn't dropped yet, but I mean, we still have, I think, about 2 months or so. So, I mean, this could happen really quick, right? This could happen within a month where you just get one move down. Let me remove this and let's look at everything here. So overall, even though we've been in a bear market, I mean, this still looks pretty good on structure. It really does. Like if you've been in crypto since I've been in it, I mean, this is all you could really ask for on a Bitcoin chart. It still looks good. I mean, this thing could come all the way down here, still be bullish. Kind of what ETH did, right? But still, my thought process on this is this month we come up into this area, probably fill this FEG, then we make the final low and then go. It would make sense if we kind of swept this. And any reclaim of this level after sweeping it, I think we confirm a bottom and we move on for next cycle. So ideally, we raid that and then we look pretty good going into next cycle, harmonic wise. And I am going to be using Scott Carney's harmonic indicator. If you guys want, I can always link that in the future and get that set up, because I'm an affiliate with Scott Carney over at Harmonic Trader, and that's a lot of the patterns I use, and I can get you, I want to say, a discount on the software if you sign up under him. Another way to go get it is to go to his website too. And you can go on the website and sign up there if you want to get it earlier. Read the books. You can go to harmonictrader.com, and Scott Carney will have all of his software there. You can actually do a free trial. I recommend reading the books first, but and then do the free trial, so at least you know what you're looking at. But he does have a 14-day free trial over there if you guys want to try the software out, or if you're already familiar with the harmonics and kind of want to give it a shot. Super nice to use. So many different things you can use it for and play around with it and have it kind of fit how you want to trade. But just wanted to throw that in there before kind of get started, because I've been using it a lot more recently, and it's honestly such a time saver than drawing them manually. But so on Bitcoin, or on total here, we still have the T1. We never actually went to TP1, right? So like, if we do get a crazy month up and we do fill that FEG, we could go all the way up there, man, and then just nuke it. But I highly doubt that. There's not much liquidity in this market at the current moment. I mean, look at the last, how long has this been? Like 2 months, bro. We've just gone completely sideways on total. And if you want to be realistic about it, we could look at from here to here. We've had 180 days, or what, 6 months of just like complete sideways action. So We're pretty compressed right now. Probably going to have a move in either direction. My assumption would be fake out into down. Still based on the time of everything and when I think the market's going to top and all that. We'll go into the Bitcoin cycles chart that I have again and just kind of retouch on that for anybody that's hasn't looked at it in a while. Nice. We're getting some coins in the chat now. That's nice. But yeah, I mean, ideally, like, well, that's like the mid of the monthly fair value gap. That's a daily fair value gap there. We probably pump up on total. And then if we're going to keep going down, I think we're going to finish this thing off, ideally. And then we go from there. But 3-day, daily, weekly there. It doesn't look the best. Important level. Still kind of below that. Still below this level too, which I think is one of the most important levels here on the monthly. So as long as we are below this level on the monthly and keep closing below it, I still remain bearish. Obviously, I think I will turn bullish if we do get one more impulse or wave down here leading into October. I will turn bullish at that point based on risk management and everything. It just seems like a better buy. Or 365 days, 364 days in the bear market. Historically, that's kind of what we've had. Actually, I haven't looked at it on total. So yeah, 365 days there. Let's check total top to bottom, 334. Okay. So currently at 304, right? So like even if we hit the minimum, which is 334, we'd be at next month, which would make sense this month, put in that fair value gap. And then next month we have an ugly month, but then we could potentially have 2 more months and we would look at something like this, right? And we put the bottom in. So this is why I want to start paying attention. Like I think we're almost there. Very close to a bottom on the higher time frame. But like I said, if we could come take this wick out, that would be awesome. Like I think if we came down and swept, and like it'll take a while to probably get out of it, right? Like it did here. Like it's kind of very similar if you think about it. Like we're already below right here, right? Like we had that rejection, big down. So far we had a little bit down and chopped, but like this is, I think, kind of where we're at in the market, like this area. But that's just more of a higher time frame overview, why I want to pay attention again. The stuff you can really keep simple. I want to look at the index again, and we're going to look at the 2-week and just show you kind of what we've been following since last cycle and why I haven't really been trading. And it makes sense. I mean, once you really dig into this. So we're on the 2-week here, and I'm going to go over this one more time. I know I went over it last cycle, but I mean, dude, there's no reason not to go over this again. For people that haven't seen this, from cycle top to cycle top, 1,470 days, cycle top to cycle top, 1,435 days, cycle top, 1,421. So that's all around 1,428, 1,450, which, if you did it again, cycle top to cycle top, now we can actually probably extend this. Oh shit. 1,428 days, or yeah, sorry. Still finishing coffee. We'd be looking at a top around 2029. If we bottom here to bottom, So let's say we bottom here around October. $1,428 days till we get our next bottom. I'll just do it like this. Give or take. I'm on that 2 weeks, so it's a little spread out. And then we'd be looking at the next bottom in 2030. Seems far out, right? But like, this thing has stayed pretty true. And we'd be looking at the bear market in this area. So one other thing, like from cycle top to bottom, 364 days. Cycle top to bottom, 364 days. All right. What could we think might happen? Doesn't mean it has to, but what might happen? 364 days. We have about 2 months left. Put in a bottom, and then you have the bottom. You know what I mean? So we could see it again soon in the next few months. This is why it's time to lock back in, kind of see what has been going on. I've still had like a little bit of a pulse on the market. Like I'm in Cash Cat. I think that's been a good meme. You have Robinhood coming on the scene. I think it's going to be easy liquidity flowing into Robinhood. I'll go over Cash Cat later. But that's something that I bought. I also got a leverage long in on it, only on 2x, just because I think it's early in the cycle. It's something you can ride, like, for example, like Bonk last cycle. But yeah. So there's that. Still looking good. Like if we get that little pump up here, still bearish market structure overall. Let's just go to a regular chart and get off the log scale. Bearish structure below a trend. Nothing extremely bullish about this yet. We could go up above this, fake it out. But one thing to look at, we did sweep the low, right? So I've been telling people that we could get a pump up into a final nuke if it does happen. But nothing about this screams bullish yet, right? On the high time frame, you got a low or a high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Let's see if we get a lower high. And then if we come back down and then do something like this in complete market structure where we actually take out this high over here, yes, this will give you an area that you can get in. It might be way later down the road, but look for some type of market structure shift like that. We'll probably form some type of Wyckoff accumulation down here, or market structure that we can look at that might feel like it happens quick, but in reality, it gives you plenty of time to look at the market structure shift and to get into trades, even if you don't catch the exact bottom. At least you would walk in with a little bit more confidence that you can get into it. But right now, you still have very bearish market structure on Bitcoin. Then that can change. And then when that changes, then perception and outlook on the market can change as well. But this is areas where you start to look a little bit more bullish, just based on history, right? Like, yeah, things up here looked super bullish. In reality, you had gone up from like 16, 15, 7. So now this is the area where people stop paying attention. This is where I want to start paying attention. I stopped paying attention over here. This area. And then go from there. ETH. Still, so market structure on ETH high time frame actually doesn't look too bad. Like, yeah, this has been shitty, but overall, if you're kind of looking at this, it's actually wild that we had a higher high, like we have a higher low over here still, But I mean, if we ever sweep $900, dude, I think I'm gonna buy ETH here. Because we swept this high, and if we come down and we sweep this low, dude, that I think that's a golden entry. I don't know if we get it. If things go like super nuclear on the next nuke that we get, it could push it down there. Something's gonna break, and then we go. But I mean, this thing could just hold this, like in reality. But we'll see. I mean, even a nuke and sweep of this would be pretty nice. But we're getting into those areas where ETH is enticing, even though, I mean, it didn't really do that much last cycle. ETH BTC just looks better this cycle, in my opinion. And you got to remember, the beginning of last cycle, ETH actually ran pretty hard. Everybody was talking about ETH. Nobody was talking about Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin continued to, like, later half of the cycle when there was a lot of liquidity, Bitcoin kind of stole the show. But ETH kind of went first last cycle, and it started early. Like, it bottomed like exactly like this, like way before Bitcoin did, on the ETH BTC chart. So that's something to pay attention to, right? Like, we had, so what's 4 years ago? Yeah, see, I mean, this just bottomed like completely. This is 2020. So we had this move up. That's what it was. And things, ETH kind of moved pretty hard back here. So we'll see. But I do think overall, like, ETH has got a pretty good setup now for going into this next cycle. And it really didn't do much last cycle. So I do think we could get a nice move on it. But we'll have to see. I mean, these lows here could definitely get swept. But once we start breaking out of this, I mean, we have T1 that never got hit. You also have a monthly fair value gap right above that. And then we have T2 up here for ETH BTC. So, like, I do think ETH might actually do something this cycle. We're going to have to wait and see. Go from there. Hype. I mean, Hype's still respecting this. We had this bat down here earlier, and we also have the deep crab on the 3-day. So let's see this. I mean, we're holding on to a trend line for its dear life right now as well. I've had this on here for a while. But yeah, I mean, lower time frame, Hype. This still looks good. You have a pattern here. So you have a deep crab that hit. So you're looking for T1 around 60.22 and then see if you get a reaction back down from there. But once we get towards this part of the cycle, like things like this, if they're going to be early runners, that's something to pay attention to, right? And it has been an early runner since February, January. It's just been super strong compared to everything else. But yeah, I mean, this right here is a good trade. And if we come down and T2 this and hit like a hop area, like that could be something that be your next bottom before the next big move up on it. Chainlink got a couple harmonics down to around $7, $6.40 still. The weekly, Solana still, I mean, they just had an update, I think, that's trying to make it deflationary, so we'll have to see how it goes. Tau, I mean, I'm still in one of these Tau trades. There's a Gartley here, and I could go to a naked chart. But we took the T1 of this. I don't know why the Gartley's not showing here. It might show on like a 3-day. Yeah, here we go. So I originally entered at like 194-ish, and we ran this up to 257. Took almost pretty much everything off this trade, did take the rest off a little bit more on the way down. Now we're going to hit T2 here. This could extend down to 132, but super low leverage if you're going to be in this, like 2x, or even just spot and then compound in this area. And I don't think if you compound in this area, you're going to be mad. Moving into next cycle. I'm still looking to get some lower if I can. I want to own some Tau going into this next cycle. But from here, I think we do create a bottom on Tau anywhere in this area. Ton is another one. Sorry, it's gram now. There we go. So one thing about this, you have a brand new chart now, right? Like brand new. Like you had old Ton. They moved it over to Telegram. Gram now is going to be the ticker. Good marketing move, good, not good marketing move. I don't fucking know, to be honest, but I still think this thing's got potential to move. One of the largest social platforms there is, and they have their own token now, so that's definitely still one I want to pay attention to. I haven't even checked AVAX. I think this one even lower than it did last cycle. Yikes. Yeah. Some of these are so painful to look at. Sui, somebody wants to look at. Tau. Near. Oh, I'll look at Near. That's got a lot of hype recently with some of the changes they made. What's Doge looking like these days? Shit. Still got a decent harmonic on this though, and you're looking for, I mean, your hop level's right here. Not much farther down. Your T1's at 0.16. I mean, that's a 3x. 2 to 3x. Yeah, I mean, you have some higher time frame patterns. It's just, do we get liquidity back into it? ENA trying to make a little move on the low time frame. Like, this is something that we're like, once you start getting above these lows here is when you would start to see it move faster, but this would probably be a slow grind move, and then you get an impulse like once you're above this. But these are what I like to see, like the rounded bottoms on. And then you get like a little move up, you come back, you test this level, and then you would go. So from like here to here would probably be a pretty good trade. So I looked at this a while ago. Let's go ahead and see how we're doing on here. All right, so we got a bunch of bullish patterns starting to form. 59 cents official low, that'd be nice. Down at that hop level. I mean, these are the type of trades that you'd want to get in for just spot on if it's something that you think will do well. Like something like if you come down and tap this hop level and we get one more push down, you run it from like 60 cents to like 470. Minimum T1. But these are the type of patterns you'll see that'll form bottoms. Pendle. Another one of those where if we finally do eventually reclaim these Check the monthly. Let's get a monthly close above those, above like 180, 181. Like this is something you'd probably want to really pay attention to. But in the meantime, yeah, no butterfly. But you could see something like that again. This level is probably going to get tapped again no matter what. Yeah, look, you even have a harmonic going right below this, right? So like that could be a good trade. Say we come and fill a bat. Could go to the hop. But like something where if we sweep this, reclaim, get a move up to here, like this area. Watch lower time frame, see if you can get a better entry. But high time frame, you're looking at, you have a crab here with your XA being right at where this harmonic finishes actually. But high time frame, you're looking at around $3 minimal move on it. And that would make sense. Even if we came down. Kind of come back after hitting this T1, kind of retest this level as support and go. Pump's doing extremely well right now. I think we're in a pretty good area on it too. Where like these equal highs are eventually going to get taken out. We're right at that kind of 50 area. I don't know if pump comes back down, but one thing I was looking at was I think I have it on here. Hype / pump. Yeah, here it is. And this was important to me because I was looking at like revenue generating platforms, right? Like pump generates a lot of revenue. So did hype. But one thing I wanted to do was chart them versus each other because there's no reason that hype should have been that high with the revenue they generate and pump not move at all. And we hit a 3618 here and it's kind of just free fell from there. And that was one thing I was like paying attention to. I'm like, dude, pump is gonna have to move at some point if hype's gonna be evaluated and at the way it is. So one thing I was paying attention to, I mean, we are down testing this weekly order block here versus it. What's the monthly look like? I mean, dude, this could come all the way down here versus pump, especially when memes pick back up. And they already have been. Injective. I have a list of new coins too. I'm going to go over those on a separate stream. Things I've been doing research on and some good tokens. But I'll probably make a separate stream just for those. But there's probably about like 5 to 6 good ones that I've been paying attention to that I think will do pretty good this next cycle. Been doing mostly more research on stuff and everything versus trading at the current moment, trying to find some good bangers. And I have a pretty good lineup. I kind of want to finalize it a little bit before I start going over those. Whoops. But I do want to go over those with you guys. but I think I want to wait a little bit longer just to finalize a few of them for you. All right, so let's see here. What did people ask for? Hype, Tau, Pump. Kind of gone over those. Let's look at Pump again, though. So, I mean, I think if you get an entry on Pump back down at 0.00167 ish, you take it. Could we go lower? Yes, but I think if we go down to this level, like that, this weekly fair value gap here, that is your entry for the cycle. If you missed the lower one, like I don't even know. We might not come down and test it, but if we do, like that's going to be your entry. Like you already missed, I think, close to a bottom, or if it does come down even lower again, like that's a gift. You take it. I'm going to have to give me like a couple minutes and I'll be right back. I want to go ahead and check something at my door and then go from there. But I also want to go over Tau in a little more depth because this is a trade that I'm also in. And then I want to go over CashCat. But give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, guys. To bottom out. All right, I'm back, guys. All right. So I still think Tau minimum move 454. This spot position for me. I wanted to go over Cash Cat. I don't have. I guess I can look at the spot on MEXC because they put it there pretty early. But I mean, I wanted to look over the overall chart, which is on Deck Screener, which is probably the easiest one to look at. Let me see if I can get this pulled up. I could probably just find it on. That looks like a honeypot. Let's see here. Robinhood, Uniswap. Can you just search the contract address on TradeIndia? I don't know if you can. Okay, that's fine. Let's just see if I can find something that actually resembles it properly with the most data. All right, I'm gonna just assume that we can use. There's one of them that looked decent. Which one was it? Well, there's another one, but this is what the chart actually looks like. I'll just copy and paste from Deck Screener, so I don't have to switch screens for now. But we had what was that? From like June to July, where it kind of was just unnoticed. Then Robinhood tweets about it. It goes up. All the hype dies off at first. You have Katecoin, CATE, was being hyped up this past week. People were dumping Cash Cat for Katecoin. Now, while there was FUD, Cash Cat bottomed. I went leverage long. I'm only on 2x. Nothing crazy. And I bought more spot Cash Cat as well, around like the 40 million mark. But I do think this is something that can do extremely well this cycle. It's still very early. If you're going to be looking on most exchanges, this is going to be the chart that you see at the current moment. Most exchanges have a chart like this, so it just got added to some exchanges. I think it's going to do pretty well. We're going to have to wait and see. The narrative behind this is Robinhood, right? They embraced it. Let me see if I can pull up the message from Vlad and Cash Cat. And if you guys don't know Vlad, he's the CEO of Robinhood. You said he has some meme coin exposure. CashCat is the face of the Robinhood chain at the current moment. One thing that you want to pay attention to too, and this is just early signs that I look for, is I'm going to copy and paste this and put it on the screen over the chart real quick. This is the CFO of Robinhood, right? Yeah, the official Robinhood tag. You can look it up. I'm almost positive he's the CFO. Let me just double check, make sure it's Shiv. Yeah, you can Google it. So you got the CFO here of Robinhood, Shiv Verma. What does he have in his bio? He has CashCat at Robinhood. Like, come on. If this isn't a no-brainer, in my opinion, like, it's not just a random meme coin that can, like, if they're backing it, like Robinhood CFO is backing it, don't you think they're gonna like make sure it doesn't fucking rug pull on you? And this is the first real retrace that it's had after its first initial move up and shown its hand, and you have the CEO and CFO of Robinhood promoting a meme coin. It's a no-brainer. This early in a cycle too, it's not like you're competing with time right now. You have time at the current moment because you're just now entering a liquidity cycle. So in my opinion, this is something to pay attention to. Even if it, say you get in around 100 million, say it goes to like 2 billion. It's a 20x, dude. If you could just 20x this cycle and be happy, which is way more than most people do. There's obviously coins that'll go 100x, 200x. Somebody will post something, you'll get FOMO, blah, blah, blah. But let's say you 20x this cycle and then you 20x the next cycle. You just find some conviction trades. That's 400x. If you had the money that you're willing to trade right now and you could 400x it, would you be happy? If you could 20x it, would you be happy? I think most people would. And it's better than majority of people. Like 99%. So like, even if this goes to 2 billion and you have Robinhood behind it, it's a 20x at these levels. I think that's pretty good bet. You have a good thesis behind it. You have the CFO and CEO endorsing this meme coin on Robinhood. And yeah, so that's my opinion. So this is something I'm going to keep adding to. Any retrace. This is going to be some of my meme exposure until I figure out what else I would want to get. But for right now, CashCat, I got in pretty early on it. I also just bought some more on this last move back down. This one it had. And then let's go from there. This stuff I'm holding to, by the way. What else did people want to look at? I might call it and then just start doing these more regular. And actually looking at charts for you guys and wanting to look at. And by the way, I appreciate that, Boogeyman. He posted the contract address for CashCat below in the YouTube chat, I think it is. So if you guys need the CA for it, you can go ahead and check that out. Somebody wants to look at Cardano. Let me go ahead and do that before I go and end this. But I will start like looking at stuff more often for you guys on timeframes and everything for requests, and just kind of get these things up and running again. And as I do it more, I'll start discovering some more for you guys once I'm paying attention completely. But just overview is what I've been looking at right now. I wanted to go for an overview for you guys to kind of get back into it, and then we'll get a little more granular as the cycle goes on. Yeah, I mean, I'm not touching Robinhood, or not Robinhood, sorry, Cardano or ADA. But you have a pretty significant level if we can get back up above that. This could be a bottom on it. But this isn't something I'm touching. But a lot of people love Cardano for some reason. It's like the first thing all my friends that are not really into crypto but are into crypto have been holding for like 6 years. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, you feel like you got some pretty important levels here. This is something I'm pointing out to somebody back in June, I think, saying that we had this low here, and then like at this point in the cycle, we still had like 203 days before we like really completely bottomed on all altcoins, excluding like BTC in the top 10, I think. So it still have time. That's the thing. That's why I'm not really worried to go too granular into stuff and force entries and all that. Like, I still think we have time. And even if you don't catch the exact bottom, who gives a fuck? As long as you're making money. This is something I wanted to point out too. Like, I would really like for the cycle bottom to coincide with this, like taking out these equal highs up here on USDT dominance. Like, I think that would be awesome. Like sweeping this, taking this liquidity out and dominance for like the highest price of USDT dominance ever. I think that would be a pretty significant level for us to like put a high time frame bottom in, because this was last bottom of last cycle, right here. This was also a pretty nasty nuke. But if we take that out, like I do think we put in a bottom. But yeah, there's that. Let's go ahead and call it for today, and then we'll do another one tomorrow. So if you guys have any tokens that you want to look at, think about them, and we'll go over them. Actually, I don't know if I can do tomorrow in the morning, but I could probably do it in the afternoon. Getting some blood work done tomorrow, just to check everything again. I've been doing it pretty often just to check all my levels, see what's under the hood. But so we'll see how I feel after that, and then if I feel good, I'll go ahead and stream. If not, I'll probably do it later in the day tomorrow. But if you guys want to look at some tokens, go ahead and try to think of them overnight, and that'll be helpful for when you can have them ready. I can have them all lined up, and then we go from there. Give me 2 seconds. I actually want to pull one other thing up for you guys, and then we'll go ahead and end the stream right after that. Let's see if I can get this to work real quick. Oh, that didn't work. Huh. Okay, well, it's not working, but I will go ahead and do that later for you. I just will post it in the YouTube chat and then go from there. Give me 2 seconds. And then go from there. And I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. See you guys.